Hello everyone, my name is Abdulkadir Abdullahi and I am in HAP 360 section DL3, and my Teach 1 assignment is going to be on precision and predictive modeling. For the first question, it asks us to create a table showing the relationship between anxiety diagnosis and the response to citalopram treatment. We are supposed to record the rate of success for citalopram among patients with a generalized anxiety depression. So, what we're doing here is checking the amount of patients that received the citalopram and the amount that actually saw some sort of benefit or positive impact from it. When we calculate that down here, and basically, out of the 366 patients that received a citalopram treatment, 117 actually saw some sort of benefit. So if we calculate that out and we see that it does have a 32% rate of success. Now, for question 2, it asks us which medication has the highest success rate when the patient has anxiety diagnosis. Again, this is pretty much the same question as last time where we calculated the citalopram, but now it is asking us to calculate 6 other medications as well and to compare them all to see which one is giving the best response to the diagnosis. And after that, we're supposed to give our opinion on why it's difficult to understand which medication works for patients. If we go to the next slide, pretty much the same calculation was done. We are given a total number of patients who have anxiety, and then we are given a number of patients that received a specific treatment. For example, we have 29 people that were diagnosed with depression, and that there were 29 people that received the BUP drug, and from that we got 6 patients that received some sort of benefit from this medication. So what you do is you take the 6 divided by 29, and that's where you get the probability of success of 21. So we did that with 7 medications, including the one from the previous slide, which is, if you remember, at 32% rate of success. We look at the other ones. We have 21, 27 for SER. We have 13 for VEN. We have 24 for CT. We come out with 12.5 for MIRT, and then we come up with 0 for the last medication, which is NTP. And like I said previously on the last slide, the citalopram had a rate of 32%. So in the case of question 2, the citalopram is the best response or the best medication that can be offered in the diagnosis of anxiety. But the question asks, making any kind of interference out of a test like this, there is no control. If we look at the BUP, for example, BUP has 29 patients, and 29 patients are tested to see if they have a positive reaction. Whereas if you go over there and look at the VEN, there's a different number. You have a different amount of people who are receiving treatment, so there's no control that is being offered here. You can't really make a inference based off the different test groups, and these aren't the same people. So from that, different people will react to different medications in different ways. So there's not really interference. There's not really inference that you can make because of that. And yeah, it's different people, so there's nothing that you can really take out of the test. There's different amounts of people, so the percentage is somewhat going to be skewed. Although the citalopram had the largest number of people tested at 300, we can infer that the best one is the best one because it helped most people. But again, it's not too accurate because we're just testing out different individuals. Like I said, different people were reacting to the medication differently. So if there's a better way to test this, that is not the way that we're calculating it. Although you can get some base knowledge, however, it's probably not going to be the most helpful in this case. Okay, for question 3, it's basically asking us to run the same test, But instead of looking for anxiety problems, now we're looking for the substance abuse problems and the response to the drugs that we give to people who take them in dealing with substance abuse. Okay, now if you look at the next slide, on towards the left side, on the top left corner, you see a couple new different replacements. On the previous slide, where it's asking for anxiety on the second line, now that got replaced to drug abuse. We pretty much ran the same calculation with just a different diagnosis. And after checking the numbers, we see that the BUP, which we have here on the top left, comes out with the highest number of 37.5%, meaning in the 8 people that received the BOP treatment, 3 of them, or 37.5% of them, saw some sort of benefit. There was a success rate. Again, we can't really take anything from this because if you look over in the next calculation for the SER, there's going to be 9 people there and 2 people have the benefit. There's just a different amount. And if you look at even the next one, the citalopram had 115 people with 36% receiving a benefit. There's no control group. There's not a set total. A better way to have done this study would have been to try the treatments on 200 people each or the same 200 people, and then we can get a more baseline percentages. But for now, the only inference we can make is that in the case of these 8 people, the BUP drug was the most effective. That's going to be the conclusion of my Teach One assignment. Thank you for listening and have a great day.